So, in case you hadn't heard, darling of the extreme left, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez is out here on the internet saying dumb things again.
America was founded. You look at Thomas Jefferson writing to Madison in revolt of British aristocracy. The American Revolution was against the billionaires of their time. And we are declaring independence from such an extreme marriage of wealth and power and the state.
You know, it's actually kind of terrifying how confidently these people will tell you completely false things. For instance, her statement there, just in that clip, that the revolution was fought against the millionaires and billionaires, and the fact of the matter is that Madison, Washington, Benjamin, all these boys were loaded, rich landowners. I mean, it was only a few years ago that leftists would make the argument that America was founded by a bunch of rich white men, and now all of a sudden, no, they were fighting against rich white men. Like, what? I mean, if you really want to get into the weeds, the original Constitution only granted the right to vote to landowners. If you didn't own land, you didn't have a right to vote originally when this country was founded. Like, this country was most definitely founded by rich white dudes. Let's keep that clear. And for those of you that maybe fell asleep in history class or skipped that day, what the American Revolution in fact was about was the thrusting off of chains of the rule by divine right, because that's what the aristocracy was. It was essentially bloodlines that had existed, and through usually war or, the helping of more powerful families, gained power themselves. Game of Thrones shit, But the way that these people would justify their right, or rather the way that the highest, the king, would justify their right, is through a divine mandate. That they were chosen by God to rule. And the American Revolution was based on the idea that no man is superior to another simply by the nature of their blood, by divinity, or by any other factor beyond their own control. The only thing that can make a man superior to another man is the work that they put into this world, the wealth that they accumulate. And of course, the idea that that wealth was in fact theirs and theirs alone. That a divinely anointed ruler 3,000 miles away does not have the right to take from that wealth. Taxation. This revolution, it wasn't about fighting the millionaires and billionaires. It was about saying that all men are created equal. That the only men that have right to rule or to hold themselves to a higher degree than other men is that which they accomplish in this world. If anything, this country was founded on the idea that you should be able to become a millionaire or a billionaire. Not that those were necessarily concepts that existed at the time, but to accumulate mass wealth, that anybody could do that from the lowest rungs of society. That their mobility in society did not rely on their family name and their blood and their lands and things like that. That you could come from nothing and become a landowner and generate wealth, become a politician and join government perhaps. That's what this country was founded upon. That's what the revolution was fought over. Well, that and of course overtaxation. And if you really want to think about it, I mean, who wants to tax the American people more than anybody? Democrats. And the further left you go in the Democratic Party, the higher they want those taxes. And they always say, oh, it's millionaires and billionaires. When we all know that those taxes are eventually going to trickle down to us. It's like trickle down economics. They got trickle down taxation. You feel me? So no, AOC, just to be clear, the revolution was not fought against the millionaires and billionaires of their time. It was fought against divine right, aristocracy, taxation, and the idea that somehow a man is superior to other men and has a right to rule simply because of his bloodline. I mean, if anything, this country's founding ideals are completely antithetical to almost everything, if not everything, that AOC and the Democratic Party stand for.